All right. So there is a lot of stuff going on right now. So first we have Dead by Daylight shit. That's mostly what I'm just going to talk about. If anything, that's all of it. So Dead by Daylight had a stream recently with Chandler Riggs, the actor for Carl for The Walking Dead, in promotion of the Walking Dead chapter that they added a couple weeks ago to Dead by Daylight. They flew him out to Behavior headquarters so he can play some of their games, including Dead by Daylight. And let's just say it did not go as planned pretty quickly. Um, it became very apparent to the streamers he was playing with uh very quickly that they were getting DDoSed and attacked and hacked by nefarious people, and it made it basically impossible for them to play the game. And when Otts, the main streamer, who's probably or literally is the most popular, most well known, basically when you think of streaming, he is the face of Dead by Daylight streaming. He was undermined whenever he quickly assessed the situation, recognized the issue, gave behavior staff the solution as to what needed to get done, which was the spectator roles needed to be filled so the DDoSers and attackers could not get in, and he was gone ignored. Um, to the point after a couple games, Chandler Riggs is clearly talking to someone off stream, and he takes off his headphones and he says, "Hey, Otts is saying if we fill the spectator roles, and these guys can't get in, and that will fix the issue." And then he gets rudely interrupted by this female employee about how that's not what's going on. Um, it, that's not gonna work. That isn't the solution. Basically, undermining Otts's expertise and experience when it comes to attacks like this. And so that was fun to have to watch and to deal with. But then we had the fact, so once it became apparent that behavior was not going to fill the spectator roles themselves with their staff, Otts and one of the other streamers let their mods in. You only need like 4 people, and they immediately, before the game even starts, they get kicked by behavior. So they get booped out of the map, out of the spectator role. So then the DDoSers come right back because the IP address for the game's location got leaked, because it only takes them a second of being in there. You wouldn't even know they were there. It happens so fast, to the point they just auto reconnect every time if it's not filled, and that's what's happened. And so after that, it was pretty embarrassing. Otts is angrily typing. He's trying to communicate, but behavior is just not listening, and undermining fucking everything he's saying. And Chandler says, "Oh, blah blah blah. They want to talk to me. I'll be right back." And he leaves. And Chandler leaves, and he never comes back because we assume behavior was like, "Oh, this is a shit show. Maybe we should have done this," and they pull him away, wasting Chandler's time for going there, wasting other people's time. Why is she so big? Wasting other people's time, their streamers' time, a once in a lifetime opportunity ruined just because of behavior's ego and not letting the streamer, once realizing they weren't going to do anything, let him take it into his own hands to fix the problem to make it work. And then the day after that, complete silence, by the way. After that stream, of course, we got the advertisement for the new cosmetics for The Walking Dead instead of, apologies or whatever. But the day after that, we did get a long form written apology, which is basically blah, blah, blah. We should have listened, blah. We should have had faith. Our team tried what they could, but we couldn't fix the issue. No, y'all didn't do anything to fix the issue. Y'all were given the solution. Y'all just decided to ignore it because your little ego was fractured because the streamer knew how to deal with this bullshit better than you did. Especially with the fact y'all didn't do anything because remember, with that one employee telling Chandler that's not what that attack was. That's not what that was. That's something different. That solution isn't gonna work. So Yeah, so that wasn't like the smartest thing for them to say. And then yesterday, the day after the written apology, they released a pre-recorded video in the format of what they usually do for their live streams, where they are talking about them doing better and that they were doing a health chapter. The original chapter that they were planning on releasing soon, they will not be releasing um on time. They will be pushing that back by a while. They were going to focus on fixing the bugs, you know, reworking some things, optimizing what's already in the game, which is like, okay, cool. You know, this thing you should have been doing in the first place without it because something bit you in the ass. Like, that's what you're supposed to do when you run a game like this. You're not an indie game anymore. Fix your spaghetti code, fix your fucking shit and your protocols, and everything should be fine. Stop buying these high end IPs that are just going to make it harder for you to be able to fix your game and just fix your game. At this point, DBD is not going to survive how it is. Y'all aren't going to last another 5 or 6 years going at the rate y'all are going. You need to rewrite your shit. We basically need a Dead by Daylight 2. That is probably what needs to happen if you want this game to survive at the long term as it has. Because y'all didn't build this game to be like, you built it as an indie game. You didn't expect it to blow up. I understand that, but like, holy shit, it's been 9 years. It's almost 10 years now. You got to get it through your head. But yeah, I'm one of the people that I'm like, I'll believe them when I see it, because this would not be the first time they've been deceptive and lied about fixing things. Um, we all remember that not that long ago, literally very recently, probably like last week or something, the Streetwise bug. Oh yeah, how they acknowledged it, but of course they didn't do anything to fix it or anything like that. They just kind of pretended it didn't happen. It didn't happen, guys. Or it didn't happen, or it did happen, but we're not going to kill switch it because it's not an issue. Let's ignore the fact that it's making the game not fun for a lot of the player base. But let's just, let's ignore that. Let's just ignore it all. Um, but yeah, so I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not gonna just blindly trust them after the shit they've pulled before. And hopefully they actually, take this shit seriously. I really do hope so. I like Dead by Daylight. I like the characters. I like all of it. It's just, holy shit. I'm wondering if this didn't bite them in the ass, would they have actually fixed anything? If that stream actually went well, do y'all think they would have been as upset and apologetic? Because I feel like they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have at all. They wouldn't have given a shit. But yeah, that's it for right now, I guess. Hopefully they don't add more stupid shit to this.